Gem of a knock from a gem of a player. Hello everyone to our channel Square Cut. Today we'll be discussing about the Women's World Cup semi-finals matches, both the matches together. And the intro was about one of the key players of India's victory, Jemimah Rodriguez. Okay, I think we'll slowly touch upon her. Before that, I'll start with the first match, which is the England South Africa semi-finals, which happened in Guwahati. Okay, though so the first ever in the round robin matches. Okay, I think South Africa were bundled out for 69 against which opponent? England, and to come back and give and your main player Laura Bolwadad scoring 169, just 2 runs or 3 runs short of Harmanpreet's record of in the highest score in the knockout game. Okay, you set a huge target, and that too. One more highlight is it happened in the same stadium where they were bundled out for 69.
That's really interesting. I did not
So it's
know that.
the same stadium, they come back, they win it, okay, and that incredible performance. Like there is a middle phase, I think they were losing wickets, and then they got the runs also. Okay, I think Cap was like the all rounder. She scored some runs also towards the end, and then she broke the backbone and even the top order of England. Their score was like probably 1 for 3 or something. And the first over itself, she got 2 wickets.
Hmm.
She bowled
Yeah.
through the gates, okay. And then there was a small partnership building up, and then immediately she comes back and she picks up 2 wickets again, back to back. That literally brought the momentum down.
Yeah. So I was just seeing the scorecard. So I see
Yeah,
like first three batsmen have gone for a duck.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So they've got early wickets and then Nat Brandt and Alice Capsey started to build a
Yeah, yeah,
partnership.
yeah.
But then again, I think it got broken, and then Daniel Watt Hodge scored a 34, and then I guess no one else has scored in this.
Yeah, I think yeah, you are right. Okay, so and yeah, if you see that Sophia Dunkley and Charlotte Dean were those back-to-back wickets. All were like edge, close, nick, keeper, and the keeper took an excellent catch, diving right in front. Okay, so it was a very the best part about this whole Women's World Cup as of late is the quality was amazing. Okay, there is no doubt, and it's just like it is improving a lot. Okay, and and as I said, the beauty of a 50 over, I think we've discussed why is 50 over still is a very good format, is you do have a time for you to recover. And that is what England also tried to show. Despite being 1 for 3, they had a good partnership building up and almost could have won that match if that partnership stayed on. Okay. Just holding on to that pressure and staying and playing the game, I think they could have also probably pushed, at least tried for a victory. Obviously, it was a cap show and then Marizan cap show, and then she breaks the middle order, she breaks the partnership, and they end up winning the match. Okay, it might look like an easy victory, but there were a phase which South Africa were also clueless after those 1 for 3 or where the top orders were out for duck. They were still clueless for the next partnership, right? They weren't able to break it, and the runs were also flowing at a good rate itself. So the teams are fighting back, and that was the beauty. I think Laura Valverdart was playing an absolute knock in that semi-finals, where actually people around her were like slowly supporting her, but they were losing wickets, and then she was like standing like a rock at 100 and kept almost like a marathon knock. She just got out at 169. She didn't beat our Indian players record, but it was a great first semi-final to watch.
Mm. Yeah, that too. The comeback from South Africa is really good. After being bundled out, that too being
Mm.
that too. The thing is they batted first there also, and then they just got all out
Yeah,
for the basis of score, and that
yeah,
they did not come into a pressure where they'd already been all out to England in the tournament already, and then also this is a semi-final,
correct.
and obviously, we can't relate it to the men's team. We also know what happens to South Africa when they reach a knockout stage. But recently, they've been performing really well in the knockout stages.
Yeah.
When
See,
we saw
for me,
even the World
hmm,
Test Championship final,
correct, correct.
or even the World Cups, they came to the final.
Yeah,
So T20 World Cup, I mean.
yeah, I understood. I think with respect to South Africa as a nation in terms of
Mm.
cricket, they've actually been one of the best and consistent performers. Actually, okay. There's only one phase where they were not good. That is 2019, I would say. Okay, that's where the proper transition. As you were saying, what I meant was right from the post-apartheid era, whenever South Africa started playing, they've actually been very consistent in their performance. The South Africa as a team, like in sports and cricket, I still remember 2011. Also, they were one of the stronger teams. It's just that they bumped into a Sri Lanka or something and they lost. I'm not sure which team they lost in the
You mean
2011
the World Cup, between Men's
World
World
Cup.
Cup?
Yes, 50-over World Cup, men's World Cup. So
You know,
they
that
were
was
a
the
very
only
strong.
team in the league stage that beat India.
Yeah, that beat India. Other team which came close and it was a tie was England. Okay,
Mm. Mm.
and so what I meant is they were always been strong. They always had that potential. They're like probably it's just that the final stages they've never been able to crack or go beyond a certain stage. But there is no doubt about that. I think even the bilateral series something they were a very strong team. Test nation, they were a very strong test team also back then. You know how tough it is to beat South Africa,
Yeah,
and how
also
tough
India has
for Australia.
not won a series in South Africa yet.
I think max they've done is tied a series, if I'm not wrong,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
1-1 or something. But yeah, and they're very strong when they go to Australia also.
Mm.
Okay, so that's the level they have. Okay, and yeah, so that's about the first semi-final. I think England had a great England had a good World
Tournament.
Cup tour.
Okay.
Yeah, but few things were there, but I think they were able. They did have a good tournament. I think probably the semi-finals would hurt them a lot because of how. The only reason I would say it'll hurt them the way they lost the wickets, quick wickets. It it just completely throws off the momentum. I feel even the backbone breaking was like, uh, it just will hurt you a lot. So I think they'll probably come back strong. I don't know if it's either night's last World Cup or something. I mean, Women's World Cup, there are so many legends last. Susie Bates from New Zealand, Sophie Devine.
Mm.
These are the players who actually redefine women's cricket. I mean, Sophie Devine, if I have to talk about, we know how powerful she hits. Okay. And the only person in Indian team who brought that close for us, the starting time when was Harmanpreet Kaur, I would say. With that, again, the semi-final knock itself.
Yeah, true.
So yeah, let's go into the best part of the Women's World Cup semi-finals match. Where do you want to start off with?
Uh, I mean, yeah. So I mean, so actually, I was not following the match, but then you message.
Yeah.
The match is going to be interesting, and I checked the score. I'm like, oh my god, this is very
Hmm.
interesting. So,
Hmm.
but then also when I was just checking correctly, I think there was one wicket that fell, and I guess Deepti Sharma came just in. So then I saw
Yeah.
the match, and then obviously we all know what happened, what kind of finish it was, the way India batted. Totally
Yeah.
amazing, and that was, it was a record chase. Uh, yeah, I mean, obviously Jemimah Rodrigues, I mean, she did it like for herself and for the country.
Hmm.
It was like more required for her. Like, I mean, she was continuously getting dropped from the team and then being picked back.
Yeah.
Then there was this constant shuffling happening for her. Obviously, and obviously she showed what her potential was
Yeah.
in the previous match. So yeah, it was amazing to watch that, and yeah, and a lot of you know, it's kind of also for Indian fans, it's kind of the satisfaction that they beat Australia in
Australia.
a
Yeah.
knockout stage match.
Yeah.
Uh,
To give perspective for probably who don't have much idea about the women's side of cricket, Australia is unbeatable in the women's World Cup. They were unbeaten record. They have so many records, and the only time they were beaten in semi-finals was again by an Indian. Indian side in 2017. Okay, and then they're just like a different beast in women's cricket. Okay, uh, there's literally nothing. It's like if an even the win-loss ratio for India and Australia women's, Australia will be probably in double digits and India would be in single digits. That's the number of wins we could have had against them. That's what records also say. That's how dangerous they are. It's like saying India versus Kenya is what I read in some other page or something. Okay, where India is India is that strong, Kenya is the minnow nation. That's how the ratio is for the women's side. India Kenya, what I'm saying is the men's side thing. So that's how strong they are. And let me tell you something. Probably in the field from the match, I was watching it very intensely. Okay, because when I saw the toss, there was like Australia bat first. I was scared because I know how many chases we have buckled under pressure and never closed it, even though despite being in winning positions many number of times, n number of times actually. And then initially we got Alisa Healy and some rain breaks and all happened. And then I was like, okay, we got the main because last time she only scored the runs and chased down the high score also in the group
Hmm.
stages.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's a great wicket. Litchfield was going guns, okay. Elise Perry, you don't even have to ask. We know what kind of player she is, okay. And then it was going to at okay 250, 300, it reached. Then actually there was this moment where they lost 4 wickets, the last 4 wickets for 6 runs or something. I think it will not be talked much. There was one crucial run out of Ash Gardner also, okay.
Hmm.
That kind of changed the game template itself because her run out, what it did is it saved India from a 20, 30 extra or a 40 runs extra, and also what it did is they suddenly started losing wickets immediately. A collapse actually happened, and that's actually something where the credit also needs to be given because see, if not for that kind of bowling from Deepti Sharma, even she was expensive, but she got the wickets at the end, and it actually narrowed down the score a lot. We got them all out. They were looking to score 400 at one stage in the middle, so that was one thing. And next was, I think, even in the field, okay, let me tell you, when the pressure was really high, like the game was going very close with Harmanpreet's and Jemimah's partnership, they were diving and not letting anything easy. Some of the things which are India were sloppy on the field, mind you. India were very sloppy. These people, yeah, they did drop one or two catches and yeah, all those things are there. But the fielding was like very tight. They didn't let anything go very easily. Like if you put a fully committed dive, they made sure the ball didn't go for the four. India did that, but they were sloppy. So
Okay.
it went for a four, or push it and it rolls. And when they're trying to cut the gaps, they attacked that gap and they didn't let it take a single also. So that is the amount of pressure these two ladies were batting with.
Hmm. And still they manage to get runs and
Yes, exactly.
yeah, yeah. They also know what this Australian women's side has, the potential they
Hmm.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount of self-belief that they should have to even achieve this score, that record chase was amazing. Even Jemimah Rodrigues was mentioning in an interview that they were a 30 runs short of the target the way they were going
Yeah.
in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I think they came out with a pretty good mindset to bat and they executed it and it worked out. And
Maybe we can say they learned from their mistakes because there are,
previous,
yeah,
previous mistakes,
especially in this
previous
World Cup
world.
itself.
Okay. Mm.
I would say mainly this World Cup because two matches they had a chance to close it. One was yeah while defending it happened. I think South Africa. I think while South Africa also I think while defending only we lost it. Okay, but England game was pathetic. I mean that was one match. I think we're clearly ahead. You can't lose like that. Okay, so I
Hmm.
think maybe they did learn from mistake. I think what Jemimah also did at the end was staying till the end. That is what India and kind of needed from our batters at the point. So I think she staying till the end made a massive difference. And what it did was we got those much needed cameos which might go unnoticed with the knock of Jim. Obviously, no doubt about Jemmah's knock, but these three cameos will go unnoticed. That is Deepti Sharma's, Richa Ghosh, and even Amanjot Kaur.
Hmm.
The reason is Jemimah was also starting to battle with, it was very visible. She was down on her haunches and all those. She was battling, and you can't expect her to get those quick runs. Deepti Sharma took it on her. She actually played a knock. She was a little aggressive. Richa Ghosh, we know how she plays. She got the runs. Amanjot Kaur came. She also got the runs. And it eased that pressure on Jemimah, who's ready to bat till the end.
True. She also told in one of the interviews that she knew runs would come. She just had to stay
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it did happen. And again, putting it in context, this is the first time ever a 300 plus runs score has been chased in a knockout game, irrespective of men or women.
Oh, that's an interesting fact.
Yeah, the previous highest was from by New Zealand against South Africa in the 2019 World Cup, 289. That run, that rain hit match where, yeah, South Africa did
But
miss out on a few
that
chances
match, I
there.
believe South Africa had to win, but then
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what happened, but they couldn't do it that day. Whatever they did, they couldn't go past the finish line. Yeah.
So yeah, the magnitude of this match victory, I think, is enormous. I think the DY Patil was actually full house from the match, which is
Mm.
from the. It started filling in obviously a little later in the evening, being a work day or something, but it was buzzing. It was genuinely buzzing. Okay, and that was really what I can also say could have pushed also these women. Okay, and it also being a home ground for Jemimah also. Okay.
Mm.
But again, to go back to the let's start with the batting part also. Shefali comes back to the team, and then she actually gets a four immediately. She's played her own game, and let me be honest here, Shefali easing into that suddenly is not all easy for her, because
Mm.
see, here they are having one kind of partnership, and then suddenly telling Shafali Verma to come in and play a role, it's never going to be easy.
That's true. So she was not
She
even
got
in
out.
the squad, and she comes in as an injury replacement.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then she again goes on doing her job, doesn't care about anything.
yeah. She got out. I mean, obviously after that four she got out, but I think she did. Talking about this match again, it was a beautiful match. I mean, it was very intense. Let me be honest. That's one more thing. When they started playing, and there was a point where I felt Harmanpreet Kaur was suddenly getting too anxious and trying to just go aggressive on every single ball. Okay, and then
Yeah,
when she got out, I was like, oh, why? Because again the fear starts coming in. You're so used to seeing that, and I mean, we had reprise for Jemimah. Okay, it was surprising to see Australians drop the catch. Okay, I said they were too very attacking and all those, but to see drop catch is something very not often you see, and not once, twice. Ali Sahili once and then Megrath once, and I was like, okay, it's probably written for us today. This is the luck we need, and trust me, sometimes in sports we do need that. Like even
yeah.
I saw a recent video of Rahul Dravid with who I think the guy who conducts the breakfast with champions. I'm not getting his name. Sorry,
I think
Gaurav.
so, Saurav something is it?
Gaurav Kapoor,
Saurav,
yeah, yeah. I, I
Saurav
just
Gaurav. Yeah.
I just came across a video, okay, saying how they're talking about the 2023 World Cup finals and where Travis
Mhm.
said 9 out of 10 times he would never take that catch of Rohit Sharma, but that day he took it.
Also, the day apart from the catch, there was one more thing which happened when Shami was bowling to him.
Yeah, yeah,
Shami
yeah,
and even Bumrah was bowling to him. You know
yeah.
how many went past the outside edge and
Correct,
how
correct.
many balls even missed the wicket. There was this phase when they were just troubling him so much he
Yeah,
couldn't even touch the ball. That's how hard they were bowling.
this is exactly what even
So
Rahul Dravid mentioned. There was a
yeah,
phase where
so
all the bowlers were beating him, but it didn't find the edge. And then and then
exactly.
he mentioned, and then next year, the following IPL year when it happens, and then no, Vaibhav Arora gets his wicket or something. That's what he mentioned. Okay.
Why over gets his wicket?
That's what he mentioned. I think it was a wrong.
Okay.
I don't know whether he meant the qualifier or finals. Okay, because I know that Mitchell Starc got his wicket. I know that.
Yeah, Mitchell
Hey, but
Starc
Mitchell
got
Starc
his
got
wicket.
Abhishek Sharma's wicket or something, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
Abhishek Sharma's
So
one.
Vaibhav
Yeah, I
Arola,
think
I think,
Vaibhav only got
yeah, he
it.
got the nick. I was
You're
like,
right.
why did this happen in the finals of 2023? Is what Rahul Dravid was telling to himself. He quoted in that video. So that's what I'm saying.
Hmm.
That's probably
Yeah,
the
it was
luck.
not meant to happen on that day.
Yeah, it was not meant to happen for, and probably we didn't have that luck that day. And as I said, this was probably the luck we all needed also. And
Hmm.
this game is just enhanced. I think in a positive way, it'll make sure again a lot of women take up the sport and give that this thing, and more attention also is given to this side. At the same time, the con is if they lose, I would say please don't go ahead and start all those trolling comparisons which they face through the mid. You need to still give time to this. Just because you're suddenly giving a lot of money or pay parity or something, nothing's going to change. We have not even touched upon the side of cricket for a very long time. So that is one thing I would want to say. I know it's just one more game. Please go ahead and win it. Okay, that's what we all as Indians want. I've been longing for this from 2017 when I know they reached the finals. Okay, any World Cup they go, I'll be like, okay. It was a pattern that, oh, not again, not in the final. I know it gets tough, but I'm sure this time we should be able to do it. Context wise, again, this is the first ever Women's World Cup finals without featuring Australia or England in the finals.
And also, I guess has South Africa ever won a World Cup? Women's World Cup, I
No.
mean.
We are going to have a first time
So
champion.
we're gonna have a new champion.
2025 is a
And
year
yeah,
of new champions, I guess, huh? Multiple
yeah, it is.
sports.
It is
Yeah,
actually across the world,
world. Yes.
many leagues, like the teams that haven't won the championship, be it football, like any
Yeah,
other sport.
yeah.
I was watching this video where in a football,
Hmm.
there was this team which hadn't won a championship for some
100 years.
130 odd years or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now they're winning it now. They're winning it now. Well,
So,
that is crazy. So 2025 is
bro, imagine 130 years wait, bro. RCB, without winning 15, 18 years only felt like a big eternity for the fans. So,
I did not feel that. I did not feel
I
that.
mean, in general, right? I mean,
Mm.
probably it's just that probably the
Mm.
era we grew up in, we started having a lot of social media and all the
Mm.
claimer talks.
True.
I think otherwise, I don't think it would have been a
Mm.
big thing actually. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, sometime it's going to happen now or later, or it is going to happen for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I mean, let us talk about a little bit about Jemimah. Okay, her post-match interview. I think this is something which uh, is not very easy to come up and speak. She was in tears, and she spoke when while giving the interview. She was in tears. What she mentioned was she was battling anxiety. She used to cry, and she was showing her vulnerable side. That's very nice. Okay, because it's something which probably many of the players do go through, but they don't really can open
Mm.
up. Okay.
Yeah.
And what she did was and she was literally directing the chase as Ian Bishop called out in the commentary, okay? Because she didn't celebrate 100, she didn't celebrate at 50. Even when the ball when Amanjot Kaur hit and almost went to a four, but the Australian fielders just pulled it back. She was holding her hand up saying like this, wait, it's not over yet. Wait, like that. And she was
Mm.
like telling the dressing room. And once it was done, lot of emotion that came up. Okay, and then she was saying what is saying is she was not first of all she was not given a right batting position. Okay,
Mm.
batting position wasn't correct, and in the name of team balance she was being dropped. Okay, and it
Mm.
was her
Okay.
dream to play a World Cup after seeing
Mm.
India win the World Cup as a 10-year-old. Like she literally our age actually, and then being
Yeah.
dropped.
When
Yeah.
we were 10 years old in the World Cup.
And then she was told being dropped. She was not selected for the previous 2022 T20 World Cup or something. Okay,
Mm.
there are a lot of things like this, and then T20 or ODI. Even I'm not. Let me not confuse. I think it's the T20 World Cup itself.
I think
Okay,
T20 World Cup.
where she wanted to be part of a World Cup squad. Okay. Now when you're in the squad and every single day you're thinking, oh, will I be dropped? Will I be dropped? That is anxiety. Okay. And then when you come back for the New Zealand game, again, all important game, you have to win. When only you're going to the semis, stands up tall, performs. In this game, suddenly you're told to go at number 3. It's like every single time she comes, she has a lot of pressure on herself to perform for herself and also to make sure the team also wins because that's also her main dream. And when she told, I think it is, it was great to hear something like that. It's not very easy to open up like that. I think probably many cricketers will go through this in their careers. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
and the fact that she stood strong, played a knock, and as she herself told, hanged in there. She just stayed. She made sure she did the job. I think it's incredible. Okay, huge respect for her for that. I just hope
Yeah.
and wish, fingers crossed, touch wood, everything, whatever you want me to tell. We get one more performance and just see them winning the cup tomorrow.
True. Yeah. Hopefully everything goes
Yeah,
on India's side. Not to forget, I'm just mentioning it, it's November, so I'm just mentioning.
yeah, I know. I didn't want to go there, but yeah, it's okay. I do get it. We are in the November. Yeah, but
But it's second, that's all.
yeah. I mean, it's November 2nd. Okay, if you're going in that way, I'll go in the positive way. Okay, men's won the World Cup in the home World Cup that too on April 2nd. Okay, 2011,
Yeah.
and you know here it's happening in November 2nd. Okay, and then if you want one more thing, that finals also happen in Mumbai. This happening in Navi Mumbai.
Okay.
See, I'm
Okay.
not going to
Yeah.
compare
Yeah.
men's and women's thing and all. Okay, India should win. That's it. But if you want to drop parallels, let's take inspiration from the positive side of it.
Yeah.
It's not November 19th yet.
Yeah.
So I think let's probably wind up this year by wishing our women's team a very good luck and hope to see the cup on our side.
Yeah. Hope we see the Indian women lifting the World Cup and inspiring other women to take up the sport.
Yeah. We'll probably connect back after the World Cup final is also done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.